All right, there we go. We are off and running. I love it. It is the Yeah Come On Show, show 140. And I am Southside Steve, your host. That is Brett, also in his Yeah Come On Show t-shirt, the co-host, Brett Barney. And then, colorful as ever, with excellent equipment, now I know for sure, our co-host, our newest member, but he's not new anymore, Evan Brando.
I think 6 months is I once heard that. I don't know if it's true, but I think 6 months is the longest you can legally call something new.
Bullshit. I worked at the River. We called it the New for 5 years. That was Cox's thing. Remember that? It was 5 years. You had to be the New. 97 won the River.
Huh.
The New.
5 years.
It's
all
old,
maybe not.
but we're calling it new.
That was like the biggest question you get at every event. Why do you guys still say new? You've been around for 4 years.
Not that I'm not friends with those people. And Rodney Ho, if this gets back to you, it should. I've been a friend of you forever. But that article, my wife's like, what's going on? That they're just killing it in the ratings. I go, well, they have a huge stick, a big signal. We don't. And I said, I know Katie, Steve Craig. They're great. Worked with them. Didn't work with Craig, but worked with Katie.
Steve Craig is super cool.
Yeah, they're all cool. So I'm not hating. But
it's a summer station though. It pops in the summer. It's a good hanging by the pool. We always played it when I worked at Roswell Country Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So I'm about entertainment. Always have been. I don't, I will carry the flag for music, but it's funny because I catch hell in afternoons because Axel, who I work with, has always done afternoons. So he knows music. Our producer, Mo, digs music. And I'm like, you guys, everybody expects me because I've been in radio for 30 years to know music. I'm like, I've always been on an entertainment show.
Yeah.
All talk, no music, all talk. I said, I didn't know. We didn't talk about music. Matter of fact, that's the last thing we talked about. So cut me some slack. And then, once you work in radio, you find it hard to listen to radio once you're off radio. So
it's true.
I listen to what I listen to. And what was that? 80s music because I like it. And then I like country and I like some of the new music, but I heard that because of the 25-year-olds I was dating. But that's neither here nor there. But one thing I do want to talk about is the Bourbon recap of the Bourbon release because it was fantastic. I will say last week's podcast 139, I thought flowed. I thought it was fast paced. We squeezed in a lot of guests. Evan, your father, an engineer extraordinaire. We had one little hiccup. I don't know what caused it. Somebody said there was a loose cable. What do I know? All I know is we had 3 great kick-ass mics. We had a mic for guest on a cord, and we had a wireless. And damn, we were rocking. So I was very impressed with your equipment.
Dude, the quality of it was fantastic.
So good. Even I so good. Know. I was like, pretty sure it was going to sound good, but.
No, and we're on location at Legends Distillery in Cumming, Georgia. And with all the distractions, I thought it was magnificent. So I couldn't have been happier. And special thanks to your dad again for helping us out.
Shout out Scott Brandonicio.
There you go, baby. Mr. Brandonicio. So, I don't know what your thoughts of the bourbon, but I can tell you that 3 pallets went out almost immediately. That's 50 cases to a pallet, 12 bottles. Then we had 1 pallet go out 5 days ago, and today we had 3 more pallets go out. So there is literally 7 pallets out there, and we're working on an order to fill in 2 weeks of 9 pallets. So it's going out. We got a couple. We're at the Sprayberry Bottle Shop in Marietta. If I got that correct, Brett, I think that's somewhat near.
Yeah. It's just south of me. I wish I could come hang out with you because I know you're going to be there.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, it is. It's this Saturday, and I will be there from 4 until 6, just signing bottles, hanging out, talking to people, handing out hats and shirts, and then we are at Eastside Station on the 30th. And that will be in Snellville of Highway 78, and that's going to be a huge party. I'm there from 11 to 1 a.m. That one scares me.
Is that their anniversary? Is that what that is? Or is it just
I've already done their anniversary party. This is strictly for legends.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Those times,
come on, bourbon whiskey.
I got to tell you, I went, Adam Baum, former, Q99.7 Nights guy. He convinced me to come out for my like 22nd or my 23rd birthday. And I was like, all right, man, let's do it. And he's like, no, I'll show you a good time. And I was like, okay. And I got there. It was nuts. It was so fun. Like, yes, they had a bubble machine and people were throwing sex toys everywhere. It was crazy.
Well, and the sex toys will be there again. That's one of the Starship is one of the sponsors.
Starship. Yep.
And Glenn, who owns it, has got the most up-to-date, most incredible laser system and fog machine and horns and steam machines. I think it's several $100,000. It's incredible. He's just all into it and he lives it. He's there. So it's a great location, but 11 to 1, Saturday, the 30th. So we're off and running. Proud new sponsor of the Yeah Come On show is our Legends Yeah Come On Bourbon Whiskey. And you guys
go.
Woo! Yeah, you guys have been drinking it. What do you think?
Well, I only had it at the distillery because I got one bottle and I had everyone sign it, and I meant to get a second bottle because I'm not going to drink the one everyone signed.
All right, I owe you a bottle. No big deal. No,
but I really liked it. I was just talking to Brett off mic that like they were making old fashions with them in it. And that was real good.
Yeah, that's how I want to try it.
Hey, yeah, you'll like it, Brett, because the smoky aftertaste.
Oh,
I pick up on it too, but the smoothness is what's going to get you immediately because it just doesn't have the burn. And I was never a fan of a burning bourbon whiskey. I just let it be smooth, man.
You know what else? Guess who woke up not hungover after the bourbon launch party? All three of us. I felt great.
Yeah. Me too. And that's the one thing we guarantee: you will not get hungover. You want to mix it with a ton of Coke, you might get a slight little headache, I guess, from the Coca-Cola. But if you stick to straight up or on the rocks, or even have just a couple of mixers, no hangover coming.
I was going to say, I was pounding mixed drinks all night. It was totally fine.
I kept it neat all night, and I felt great the next morning. I thought it was a lot of fun. Everybody was in, good spirits. I did find it kind of funny. I was like, this is the VIP area. And then everybody was just like hanging out back there, but it was just like a great party.
Yeah, it was super fun.
And everybody was super approachable. I'm like Evan. I had everybody sign my bottle. It's sitting in the middle of my bar. And so I'm not opening that thing. I need to get another.
Yeah.
But
right, both of y'all got more bottles coming. I need to give y'all bottles to drink. I'll hook you each up with a couple bottles. If there's anybody that should have it on hand at all times, it is the members of the Yeah Come On Show podcast. Mm-hmm. So
well, actually, I did have that's a total lie. I got a bottle for my friend. We did a backyard comedy show at my place on Friday. He showed up and he popped it open, and we were doing shots of it and stuff.
All right, well, don't lie.
I shouldn't have. I'm sorry.
Let's try. Can we be honest with our friends?
I would like to apologize to the cast and crew and the audience of the Yeah Come On show. I know that when you come to us, you have a certain standard, and I'm sorry that I did not live up to that standard.
Are you getting in front of being canceled?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Like, what is going on here?
He's smart. Well, look, right now, and I got to tell you, there's a elementary school getting canceled right now. I think they're in big trouble in Cobb. We covered it. I saw it this morning on the local news on 5, and Buck Lamford, my buddy, was covering the story. And thoughts on Cobb County's logo that made one woman shake, shiver, and lose it. And I'm like, okay, you're about my age. What have you been through?
Yeah, I thought she's been through Elvis. I thought she already shivered and lost it.
Rattled and rolled, baby.
Let's go.
I was like a little over the top. The fact that words and images hurt people, you can be disgusted. You can even let it, you can say, hey, that's not cool. Just don't do it. But the fact that you lose it, I can understand anybody. And of course, we're talking about the symbol, which represents a U.S. Army colonel symbol. That was the idea. That was the idea, but it looks like the it's not the swastika, which there it is.
Yeah. Hey, Brett, just note this time down. I'll throw it up here. Everybody can take a look at it.
Yeah, I got you. This is my first
no,
time seeing it, by the way.
Yeah.
So
nobody's going to go for the swastika. So go ahead. Go, Evan.
Well, okay. So when I heard about this, I was like, come on, guys. I'm sure it's not that bad. And then I looked at it and was like, all right, we should probably change that.
Yeah, you need to change it.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to say you need to change it. But, it's like that's just, it's tacky. It was I mean, what an evil bastard that guy was. I mean, I don't know how bad it can burn, but it should burn as much as it could in hell. So yeah, that was horrible. And trying to annihilate a people. I mean, we see things all the time that are just horrible. What's going on, in Russia is horrible. But yeah, to do that, I just kind of was like, it does look like it. And then I had to look up the U.S. Army Colonel logo thing, and I'm like, okay, it looks like that.
I see that too. It reminds me. Do you guys ever watch that show Community?
Never seen it. I know what you're talking about. Isn't that with like Tim Allen, or they had some big name in it?
Chevy Chase, Joel McHale, Donald Glover, and just about a whole bunch of other like people you've seen before and stuff. But there's an episode where they submit a school flag and it's a butthole, and the dean of the college keeps not seeing that it's a butthole. I'll throw that up. But that was totally my first thought as well. I was like,
it's like, what's the problem? I don't see it.
Right.
What? And that's what I wonder, that I'm like, when everybody was sitting around the table and they came up with the logo, I saw it immediately. And I looked at it and I was like, I didn't need the comparison. But I'm up on 1940s. I've seen, I know of Hitler, and I know, I'll say this much for him. And I say it all the time.
Scholar, Southside Steve, I know of Hitler.
Yeah, me right now. I'm like, what's about to be said?
Yeah. I'm just like, the best dressed army ever. I mean, my God. No.
We have had this discussion.
They kept it tight.
No, Tommy Hilfiger, I think that was the one that designed their uniforms. But,
Hugo Boss.
Or Hugo Boss. It was Hugo Boss.
Yeah, I only know that because that's the Bill Burr special at Red Rocks. Netflix just dropped. He talks about it.
Oh, you're not just a fan of Hugo Boss?
No. And you know what's funny? I talked about it with him. I wonder if Bill Burr.
He ripped you off.
He ripped me off.
Shit, maybe.
Yeah.
I talked about it in the studio with him. Oh,
shit.
Bill.
Come on, Bill.
But yeah, I'm like, no matter what, best dressed, army. So I gave him style points, but yeah, they're evil as crap, and that's an evil symbol. And I saw it immediately. So who was sitting around a table that thought that was a good idea and that wasn't going to catch a little flack?
Yeah,
it wasn't any of us. I think I would have noticed pretty quick, but it does look Nazi-esque.
It does.
Again,
so change it. But the one woman was like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, it now had you come over, had, your mother and father barely escaped, who knows, maybe she has,
if you were a Jewish person, I could see being, not very cool with it.
And I don't know if this woman was Jewish or not, but either way, my wife's half Jewish. My father-in-law is Jewish. And a lot of people I love are Jewish, like my agent. Well, not my agent. I think he's just gay.
Dude, that's so stereotypical that you just fired that one out as the first one.
All right, my finance guy,
that is true though.
Yeah, it is true. Evan knows it. My finance guy, my attorney. Yes.
My girlfriend.
Yeah. My wife half. So yeah, but so we'll just go ahead and all agree, bad idea. They should have caught that one early.
I don't know why every time, people say Nazi, right? But every time I hear it in my head, it's Hank Hill's dad, Cotton, being like, the Nazis, or however.
Yeah.
Why is it old country guys call them Nazis?
Yeah.
Come on, Steve. You need to know this answer.
I don't know why. It's just it's a redneck way of saying it. It's just Southern saying, the Nazis. Remember that movie that was out with Brad Pitt where they were killing
Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, man.
Bastards. Very good.
His
feel-good movie of the century.
Yeah, his character spoke that way, and he said Nazis or whatever.
Oh, man.
It's
I
a good
love
old
that
boy
guy.
term. Yeah.
He's got my favorite line. This is a total aside. One of my favorite lines in any movie. He's like, all right, I speak first most Italian, so I'm going to do a lot of speaking. You speak second most, and you speak third most. And the guy goes, but sir, I don't speak any Italian. And he goes, like I said, third most.
That's awesome.
That movie
Just
rules.
a little bit out of you, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's good. I'm glad we put that to rest, and we all three agree that
Yeah.
you should have seen it, and that's got to come down. So, but the news they hit it twice. I was like, yes, make sure we post that up.
I want the next logo to be even more offensive.
This just
like just on accident. Like
this elementary school goes, what? This isn't good either. What?
All right, we've decided that our new mascot instead will be after one of our finest, hardest working actors of our time, Laurence Olivier.
There you go. What
Dude.
the hell?
Go Fighting Jazz Singers.
What? I don't even know
Evan's
what
on
to say
that
to
bourbon
Brett.
already now.
He's already losing his damn mind.
Me, I was
Speaking
making
of
a joke about how he did blackface that one time.
Yeah, but
Oh,
we could have
I
fired
don't
any
know
off.
that.
I was thinking, like you went there. I was thinking Trudeau, or I mean, you can go down a wild.
That's true.
list.
There's a lot of people who did blackface that are not Laurence Olivier.
I was almost dumb enough to do it one time. Thank God I have an older brother that told me not to. I was like 19.
Man, did you really?
Yeah, I didn't even think much of it. It was a Halloween costume. I was going as Kimbo Slice. I was like, dude,
No.
I should totally. And I bought the paint and everything. My brother's like, no, don't.
No.
I think the
Nope.
only time
I
blackface has
didn't.
been like okay was 2 times. Tropic Thunder,
So that's my number one.
and number 2 is the episodes of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
By the way,
Yes.
if I'm going out to fight for my country and I'm in Vietnam or any other country and it's jungle and I'm fighting at night, I'm going to wear the darkest clothes. I'm going to put mud on my face. I don't give a damn. I'm going to do whatever it takes for the enemy not to see me to come back alive. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to live. So there you go. But if you can do it like Commando, that's the way to do it. A little
Oh,
dark
hell
green,
yeah.
Yeah.
a little light green,
Oh yeah.
maybe a little black, a little brown. You just get all the colors where you look like a walking badass bush.
Dude,
I'm
I
a
feel like you would
walking bush.
love the military, Steve. Lots of accessories.
Oh yeah. Oh
Lots
yeah.
of it.
I had that
Oh.
action figure.
God, I would have all that. I want that. Yeah, I would go out. I would have the knife on one side, the gun strapped to my hip, and then one strapped to my leg.
Oh, okay.
I'd
Hang on. Here's a question.
I'd have hand grenade boots where I'm like, "Ka-ching."
If you were a G.I. Joe action figure or any other kind of action figure from the 80s, what accessory would you come with?
What accessory?
Yeah, you know how they
and
always,
that-
like this guy's got like a gun that shoots water or something like that, or this guy's got
No.
karate.
Yeah, karate. It'd be nice to know hand-to-hand combat, but no, I've got to go for the. I'd want a gun on both sides. I want 2 handguns.
Oh, with
and then
quick
and then
draw
I wanna-
action.
What is
Yeah,
this,
and I
old
wanna-
Western?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his.
Steve's
Look,
got spurs.
every
No,
G.I. Joe
no.
member has one thing that they do.
Yeah,
Steve
mine
would
are
probably have
up
a
tight.
cowboy
No,
hat.
yeah, I'm not wearing them low like a 6-gun. I'm wearing them up top like combat,
okay.
holsters. So I've got the 2, and then on my thigh I've got my Bowie knife. Bowie or Bowie? Bowie.
Bowie. Wait,
Bowie.
Bowie.
I know David Bowie. Is it Bowie knife? I want a sheath knife. I'll just make it that. I want a big ass knife on my thigh and tied with leather straps. And then I'm like, let's do this. Let's do it. Bring it.
How
I
about
think
you,
you
Brett?
took all. Yeah, I think you took all the good ones. So like, mine's gonna be something douchey, like a golf club. Obviously, I have to have a pocket knife. Steve
You gotta
knows
have- oh,
this.
yeah.
That's like a granted, and then like I don't know, probably like a bottle of liquor.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like the bottle of liquor, you can't get it out of my hand. It's just stuck.
He just does this. It's
Like I'm like bar fight Brad.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And I'm two gun Rick.
Oh man. And I'm just Evan.
You're just heaven.
Yeah.
Dude,
a beer can that I
I'm
crush.
drinking Red Crystal Light. You almost had me spit it on the wall.
You and your red
Ooh.
crystal light, man.
I love these things,
By the
dude. I'm
way,
addicted to
you-
them.
If you spit up red, that ain't coming off. One thing I want to mention right now, due to our shirts, thanks to Legends. Yeah, come on, Bourbon Whiskey, a proud sponsor of the Yeah, Come On Show. Again, this is show 140. We also want to thank Ted Jenkins of Oxygen Financial, which I think we're going to slip back into the studio and start doing some shows from our old studio right here in Alpharetta. And that will be awesome to all three be in the same room again. That's old school. And then also we want to thank Circle 285. Look, Circle 285 is no joke. I didn't even know Axel, who I worked with, had gone to them and gotten insurance. Look, get in there. You hear a lot of people.
Uh-oh, Steve, you just muted yourself.
Oh, no.
No, it's just his good. It's just on his screen.
Yeah. Well, you can unmute him, right?
Yep.
I got it.
There we go.
Back. I'm back. I got excited and I hit something with my hand. So no, Circle 285, get that free quote. It's free. See if you're paying too much. Bundle the home, bundle the car, get it all in and get a type A company. And lastly, and he was on our podcast. He was there for our launch, David Markwell, Dr. David Markwell from Ridgeline Counseling. And Ridgeline Counseling is what you want to look for if you want to talk to somebody. And that includes in person or Zoom, because right now we're having a comeback of the old issue, which I said on air today. I go, look, COVID, flu, same thing. They both kill a ton of people. Some people got flu shots, some didn't. A lot of people are required to get a COVID shot. A lot of people aren't going to get the booster, and people are getting it. And here's what you do. Whether you get the flu or COVID, stay home for 5 days. I don't want your flu. I don't want your COVID. And it's that easy.
I remember that being, not to like get on a soapbox, but I remember people being like, it's not like the flu. And I'm like, no, it's like the flu. The flu is bad.
It's not as bad.
Yeah.
The flu's worse. The flu sucks.
Yeah.
This I got over quicker. But for whoever, my mom currently has COVID, my niece and nephew have COVID, and my brother, who's on front line, caught it, being a first responder. And he's like, it's a bitch. It's the second time he's had it. I was like, whatever. So
I had a buddy cancel his birthday party this past weekend because him and his wife came down with it. I'm glad they canceled it and went and got it all checked out before having a bunch of people at their house. That was definitely the way to go.
But if you've got the flu and you got a temperature of 102, you shouldn't be inviting people over either. I mean, come on. So that is your sponsors. We're not going to get on the soapbox, but Brett, toss something at the wall.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this at the wall. I should have known that Sunday was going to be like a really, really weird day because it started like this. I just texted you guys a picture. I'm going to have Evan throw it up right here. It started with me finding in the spice aisle at Publix Twix shaker spice. So you add like Twix to it. So I'm like, what the hell would you put this on?
Toast?
Pancakes? Biscuits,
ice cream,
absolutely.
Unlimited application, Brett.
No, I'm reading it now. I'm looking at it, and I agree. Ice cream's going to probably be the number one, but you could also, put it on toast. For sure. Seasons blend. It tastes like a Twix. Right.
Not for me. So then my mind
put this in your like chocolate chip cookie like dough,
or just at that point just go buy a fucking Twix.
Put this in pancakes. Oh my God. I bet that would be awesome.
I eat the cookies. I don't want them to taste like a Twix. Why wouldn't I just go get a Twix?
It's different.
But Twix
it's
cookies, different.
It
is. But if you're making cookies and you put it in, you have Twix cookies. That is kind of cool. I dig it. I'm more on the side of this is a neat thing. Did I know about it? Hell no. Would I have done what you did and taken a picture? I would have laughed my ass. You're not expecting to see this on the spice aisle with the spices. No. Oregano and Twix. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's bizarre.
And you can see in the background, it's all the spices. Like I'm just walking through, we're like looking for stuff and it's like Twix. What the hell?
Yeah, that's weird.
You guys don't have kids. I do, but I can tell you right now, I'm going to tell Amanda to pick this up. Let's have some cookies.
Yeah.
Or you can just get a Twix.
I feel like this is a thing that you could use to like convince your kids to eat something else, something that maybe wouldn't eat.
Oh, we put it on the chicken nuggets.
Not quite chicken
you know
nuggets.
What? He's right. Instead of eating that where you're just getting all jacked up on a chocolate bar and it's messy, put it in a cookie. They get the taste, but they don't get that much sugar. That's
right. Or like a yogurt, even something like that. Yeah. Oatmeal, right? Like,
yogurt. Oatmeal,
Brooke, sweetie, sure. you love Twix. This is Twix. We make something like that. Like
I'll pour this crap on. I'll put it on his greens. Son,
if he'll eat it.
Here's some Twix greens.
Well, then my day just rolled on and my mind just went everywhere. I started thinking about the Yankees Red Sox rivalry, and I was like, this is possibly the worst rivalry in all of sports.
Yankees, Red Sox.
I have to
What's
think
worse,
so.
Giants, Dodgers?
No, I think that one's a better rivalry. It's more fun. I don't
Okay.
know why. It's just something about the, like, if you're not a Yankees fan, you're not a Red Sox fan, you don't really care. But like, and then I started thinking, okay, like Michigan, Ohio State, or Alabama, Auburn, and like, Army, Navy, all these big ones. But you can't really compare a college rivalry to a professional rivalry because I guess nobody really does give a shit unless you're a fan of that team. But I just, for some
agree.
reason, I think it's so lame. And then you got guys that have played on both teams and back and forth. And I'm like, who cares at this point? It's all just hyped up for ratings. That was just my thought. I don't know if you guys agree.
Well, I'll give you closure. Once the Red Sox, the rivalry was perfect once the curse of the Bambino was in place. But once they won the World Series, then it ended, my opinion.
Exactly. And that was around the Johnny Damon era. And then he left the Red Sox to go to the Yankees. So I was like, who cares about this at this point? Then I went to a restaurant and they had the open on because we went to go get a margarita real quick. And there's this older woman, God bless her soul, sitting next to us. And she's watching the open and she's like, look at those buildings there. I wish we had stuff like that in America. Why don't we have things like that in America? Ma'am, this course is 500 fucking years old. This country is not 500 years old. What do you like? I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is just common sense. Like, yes, we don't have the same buildings in America that they have over in Europe because we're not as old as Europe.
We're a new country. You're exactly right. Yeah, you needed to educate her and say, this course is 469 years old. Hello.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on there, but this is the real one I wanted to get into. During the hour that I was there, the restaurant employees came out 5 times singing happy birthday to 5 different tables.
What?
That meant almost every 10 minutes or 12 minutes, we were listening to them singing happy birthday to somebody. There has to be an hourly limit on how many times you can come out in a restaurant and sing happy birthday to tables. Like, they can be like, we can only do 3 this hour.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, man. You didn't get in on it.
I think it's 1 every half hour. I'm going less. I think you only get 2. So it's like, it's whoever registered first. And you can say, ma'am, I'm sorry, that hour is full as far as singing happy birthday. You're welcome to come in. We'll bring you out something with a candle, but we're not singing to you.
Yeah. I mean, the staff has to work at some point. Come on, guys. Because they were like clapping at one table and they'd stop and walk away. And then all of a sudden you hear them start clapping again. We're like, again? Because like by the second one, you're like, okay. The third one, I'm like, what is going on? 4th one, 5th one, I'm going, what the hell? And I want to say then the next, like, we were there for about 2 hours. The next hour they had 2 more.
I think it's Hooters girls they stole that from. I remember doing Hooters gigs and seeing them. They all got up on stools and every girl came over around to do it. And then they would chat for a little bit. So yeah, if you were waiting on food or a drink, you're like, okay, this is going to take 10 minutes because now they're all bonding and joking around. And then they finally get over to your table and like, sorry, we had a birthday. I'm like, did you think I didn't hear it or see it?
Yeah, we got it.
I know it was birthday.
Well, that was all I just really wanted to vent about. I don't get the whole and it got to the point that you're thinking, okay, is it really their birthday? Like, we need to start seeing proof of identification that this is really your birthday if we're going to do it this many times.
And if they're under 5, the family sings to them. They don't need
do it at home.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But if you're 80 and this could be your last birthday, or 85, I should say 90. Let's go 90.
I was like 80s. Jeez, dude.
80's young. I know my mom just turned 80. She's like, damn, Steve, did you put me in the grave? Yeah, want your money? No, let's say 95. Not 90 and up, you should have it done because we're counting at this point. It's like, how many do I have left?
Oh, I'm so with y'all. But I do have some finish me off if you guys are ready, because I know we're trying to keep it tight this week, as we said.
And actually stick to it this time.
Yeah.
We're sticking to it. I'm pushing, Evan. We have 1 minute to do finish me off.
Well,
the fastest. I've
go.
said it before. This is the fastest ever podcast we have ever done right here. Show 140. Yeah, come on.
All right, here
Let's
we go.
Brett.
Family spends 23 hours traveling with WestJet only to end up
in the same location.
Yes, I like that. In the same location.
Bingo, bango, bongo, back where they started. Man arrested for drunkenly running around campground with
machete,
a pelican.
Damn.
A pelican drunkenly
There's
running
an
around a
animal.
campsite with a pelican.
Oh,
Woman
that's kinda cool.
sues
That's
man.
like, that's, by the way, that's the new snake. When you go to the park, you carry a pelican now. That's how you draw attention.
I feel like that's going to be like at some point stolen by the swingers. Like the swingers are going to take pelican.
Oh, like how they have the pineapple
and flamingos. I hope you know that one too. Yeah. Yeah. So like the whole thing is like when you're throwing like a swinger orgy, you put like, I think it's either 1 or 3 flamingos out by the road by your mailbox. So when people are driving into the neighborhood, it's kind of like balloons on the mailbox for a 1-year-old's birthday.
Oh,
that's neat. I did
the
not
upside
know
down
that.
pineapple or just the regular pineapple.
That's just for approaching in stores, the upside down pineapple.
Brett knows a lot about swinging.
I've done some shows on it.
It's got to be upside down. Now I wore a pineapple bathing suit to the pool this weekend, and one guy just comes up to me and goes, "Look, I think your wife's attractive, but I'm not looking to switch." I'm like, "Okay, shut up. I'm not trying to lure you in with my bathing suit, but go ahead."
Yeah, chill, dude. It's just pineapple. All right, woman sues man for $10,000 after.
Shit. Did I read this one? Or did we do this?
I'm sure you probably already read it.
I'm gonna say
robs her.
Bad sex.
After a bad date.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, I'm not paying you 10 grand because you had a bad time on our date, sweetheart.
I saw this court thing. We talked about it. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the judge threw it out. The dude goes, "It's a second date. What am I doing here? Judge, are you throwing this out or not?" The woman was going on and on and on. And finally, yeah, they threw it out. I saw that.
All right, here's the last one. Russia says it's losing because Ukraine has
cheat codes activated.
I want to say heart. I want to just say heart. But I'm going to say something different because they have.
Remember, this is Russia saying this to their people.
They've got herpes.
Oh, my God. And they're giving it to all their troops, I guess. No, it is, get this, experimental mutant troops created in secret biolabs.
Fucking Putin just watched the first Avenger Captain America movie.
That dude. He's lost it. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
I think he's gone down the Q trail a little too many times.
Yeah.
There you have it. Well, gentlemen, special thanks to our sponsors. Special thanks to you guys. I am Southside Steve. That is Mr. Oh, I see it. I love the shirt. Brett Barney, and the colorful as always, lovely Evan Brando with chest hair. All right. We'll see you back next week. Get your Come On bourbon wherever you can find it. It's brought to you by Legends. Ask your liquor store, ask your bar. Make sure they get it. This is the show that brings it to you, the Come On show. Can I get a come on?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Beat ya.
Fuck, son of a bitch.